what's up everybody? How we doing today? Today we're going to do what I think is going to be a cool little video on the Luba. This is the 3000 model. They also have the 5000 and 1000 depending on how big your yard is. So a buddy of mine has the Luba 5000, and he did a cool test to where he acted like somebody stole the Luba right out of his yard, and he drove away from his house a couple of miles. Then we went back home and tried to see if he could find where Luba was. And lo and behold, you can't find it anywhere. There's no information, there's no GPS. There's really nothing you can do. Once it's gone, it's gone. You're not gonna find it. And of course, thieves aren't gonna know this, but them stealing this will make it operationally useless. Like, they could sell it for parts, I guess, but they can't link it to any type of account because it's linked to the account holder that they stole it from. So that got me thinking, because this is a $2,500 machine, if it gets stolen, I'm gonna be pretty upset and bummed. And I thought, what could we do to make this findable? There's gotta be something you can do. And on Luba's side, surprisingly, from what I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's literally nothing you can do once it gets outside of your Wi-Fi. The only thing they can do in the future, there's a SIM card slot on the back here. They could add a SIM card, but then again, if a thief knows that, they could just take the SIM card out, then you're kind of back to where you're screwed. And I've been using these for the past year or so, and they are amazing. And most of you probably already know. If you do, then you're up to date on technology. But here we have it. A simple $20 to $25 Apple AirTag, right? So you put this on the machine, and they could steal this and drive 1,000 miles away, and you will be able to pinpoint it to the exact location, to the exact house that this thing is sitting in, just with this little tiny Apple AirTag. So I'm thinking, okay, how do I get this on the machine and to where it's not going to be obvious and a thief will just be like, okay, I'm popping off this. So I was looking over the machine trying to find like a panel or something that I could pop off and hide it, but there's really not a lot of spots to put it because, you know, this guy is pretty much waterproof and it's built like a tank. So flipping it over, I thought, all right, there's gotta be a panel down here I can pop off and hide it. But really, you don't want it anywhere on here. You can't like hide it behind the blades because it would mess up the spinning of the blades. I thought maybe pop off one of these panels, but this is all one solid chunk. So you'd have to take off a whole bunch of screws to see the internals of this. And I ain't doing that, I'll probably mess it up. And then there's really no other spot, so I thought, what else could I do? And then I thought, okay, I can probably do something with this, right? So I'll show you how I do it in a moment. I'm gonna get rid of Luba for a second. And I already tested this before this video, of course, otherwise it would have been a bust. And I will show you where you can hide this. And I have a glue gun just to kind of hold it in place. So let me show you. You gotta remove these 8 screws. And first, let me show you, this is the front bumper bar in case you're wondering. So if it bumps into something, it activates it and says, okay, there's an object there, let's go around it. As you can see, it works perfect. Of course, it's original. So let me go ahead and take these screws out. All right, so I got the 8 screws out. So there's not a lot in here that can really mess up from this, I don't think at all. But you do want to be careful when you pull this up. There are some wires holding on, to the lights and the other sensors. And really it's just some springs that are keeping it away. So I was trying to find a good spot for this, drop it in here and whatnot. And I found if you put one in here and you lay it on its side like that, it doesn't interfere with the mechanism whatsoever. So that's why I have the glue gun. I don't want this just flopping around and moving around. So I'm just gonna squirt in some hot glue, and that should hold it in place to where as it's driving around, it's not gonna move at all. Let me go ahead and add that real quick. And there's no way a thief is going to know to look in here. I mean, I think it's the perfect thing you can do for this to protect your $2,500 plus lawnmower, because this thing, anybody could walk in your backyard and grab it and walk off, and bam, you're done for. There goes 2,500 bucks. This $25 investment, you can pinpoint pretty much from anywhere. This battery will last 1 year, and it's just one of those button batteries. And so all you have to do maybe once a year, pop this out, replace the battery, put it back in, throw in some more glue, and you're good to go. The reason why I'm using hot glue, this stuff is pretty easy with force to, pull it out, and it's not gonna mess up the AirTag at all. I think this is a genius idea. I'm surprised I haven't seen it online already. All right, I think that's plenty good. As you can see, it's not moving around. And I'm gonna put this back together. Screws line up perfectly. Alright guys, got the 8 screws in, and let me just prove to you that it's not gonna lock up at all. Oh, no, come on, are you kidding me? I must have put too much glue. Just kidding. So as you can see, it works perfectly fine, both sides. And you're now protected from a thief, because with these Apple AirTags, you can locate them within seconds. You can even alert police to go to this house. There's probably a white Luba there that belongs to me, and then you show them the serial number and you know that's yours. So I think this is a must for anybody who has this. I'm surprised there's not some sort of technology like this already built into it, but there isn't. So 25 bucks, guys. All right, guys, popping this back in. And it is good to go. No problem whatsoever. Not a soul is gonna know, unless a thief happens to watch this video, which, I mean, the odds of that are probably 0. And I feel much more secure now. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Is this a good idea? Is this something you're gonna do, which I really hope you do, because $25 or $2,500, we're talking 1% of the cost of this to protect it and potentially get a thief arrested pretty easily, because it's gonna go right to their house or wherever they go ahead and bring this to. All right, guys, do me a favor, like this video for me. Go ahead and subscribe. I got a lot more content coming out on this guy, along with a bunch of other stuff on this channel. Starting to get into 3D printers, if you're into that at all. There's gonna be content on that coming up. And you all have a great day. Thanks so much for watching.